Hey guys, I'm Denise.
And I'm Lindsay, and we're Born This Gay.
A very special episode because
yes.
Today is the day where hopefully if we've done everything right, it's coming out day.
National Coming Out Day.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we hope you got a few of you guys out there get some courage to come out today if you're ready. If not, I mean, we just posted an episode about how it's okay to stay in the closet. So
That's true.
Whatever it is, it's up to you guys. But we're here to celebrate some coming out stories.
Yes, damn right.
Woo! Yeah, so I mean, we actually did go over our coming out story in our first episode.
Yes, we did. It's very cringy. I dislike watching it because it was when we had no idea how to podcast.
Very first episode, guys. Very first episode. Yeah. It's rough to go back and watch. So we thought we kind of just gonna do a brief summary of our own coming out stories, because when we were sitting here asking you guys for y'all's, so it's only fair that you hear ours, right?
Hell yeah. All right, so I guess to start things off, we're gonna, unlike the first episode, we're going to basically go over not only just when we came out to our friends and family, which is pretty typical whenever you think about coming out.
Right.
About, friends and family. But I also kind of want to cover a little bit more deeper, since we're going to say the same episode again, or say the same story again. And we're going to go in when Lindsay found out she was gay to herself.
Oh, so came out to myself. That one was pretty late still. Like, I think I didn't come out to myself until like maybe a month after my 18th birthday. I was so deeply in the closet.
Wow.
You have no idea.
Okay, so did it take a gay experience
yes.
for you to come?
Oh, for sure. I didn't come out until a girl kissed me. That was,
and that was like
it makes sense. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, like I had my suspicions here and there, but just so much denial growing up. So much denial. Yeah. Hindsight, it's kind of funny looking back on it, but we're here now. So.
Oh, those are my favorite. Is whenever you look back on you're gay now, but you look back on your old gay self, and your old straight self, and you're just like, how did you not see it?
Yeah. Like I just had my birthday, right? So my mom, what she likes to do for our birthdays is send us a whole bunch of pictures of us growing up, probably ones that we don't remember.
Okay.
And I was gay from like.
So good.
Out the womb. It was
a lot of basketball shorts.
Yeah, a lot of basketball shorts, a lot of t-shirts, just sporty pictures, Yeah, it's very noticeable.
You weren't the type of girl who would just spend hours on her makeup and go.
I don't think I ever applied makeup to myself. It was always someone else putting makeup on me. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, very much tomboy. Okay.
Yeah. What about you? How old were you when you first came out to yourself?
It's kind of a hard question for me, because I first knew I liked girls, or I was gay when I was 5. Like, it was early. I was 5, 6 years old. I had crushes on little girls. My first serious crush happened when I was 6 or 7.
Wow.
On a girl. And then I think I would call, instead of calling it the word lesbian, I would just call it tomboy. Because that's, what we called it.
Oh, no, I had shirts that said tomboy.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Classified myself as such.
It's the undercover code, right?
Yeah, it's the mustache.
Code.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, so I called myself a tomboy until probably junior year is when I had my aha moment, and I fell in love with a girl. It was my junior year. So
did it take like a lesbian experience?
Yeah, sure did.
To come out to yourself?
Oh, hell yeah. At that point, I knew.
So what did you think about those crushes that you had growing up? Like, what did you think those feelings were?
Again,
like?
I knew I was gay the whole time. I just never felt comfortable saying it.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't until I had that first gay experience where I was like, I thought to myself, I actually said the words in my head. I was like, all right, you're a lesbian now. But it was like more of like a comfort. Oh, now you're a lesbian.
Yeah. Again, that
it was,
light bulb.
Yeah. Then it was like a big surprise. Yeah. Because, I mean, even before the kiss, like it was the kiss that did it. But even before the kiss, I knew I was doing. We were holding hands. We were cuddling. We were doing. So I knew.
Things were leading up to it.
Yes, very much so. Yeah. So. Okay. But yeah, that was my first gay experience, was in a locker room, with nice little kiss after a basketball game, right?
Oh, look at you. So, okay. Yeah. All right, so we did coming out to yourself. What about, how old were you when you came out to your family? And friends?
Shit. I was 18. Was I 18? Okay, my friends were, I was 18. It was right after my 18th birthday. We had just came back from winter break, and I had to tell someone, so I told my best friend, and ironically, she's straight, and it was a sleepover, and we were sleeping in the same bed, so it wasn't the best, it wasn't the most
hey, I'm gay.
Ideal way to come out to your straight friend. But yeah, she accepted me. She was great, amazing. Family was a different story, where I came out to them after after my best friend's mother saw me in the mall with another girl holding hands and being very affectionate.
Oh, yeah. You got caught with the PDA?
I got caught with the PDA. So, yeah, I knew it was coming. So I was like, well, shit, I have to hit my parents before she does. And, I hit them with the I'm gay. And they were not very happy about it. So, it took a couple years before they came around. And now they love Sam and everything.
There you go.
Yeah. It happened really well for me. What about you?
Well, see, my coming out was a little hazy to my parents and friends.
Good.
Let's see. I was in a relationship before I came out, but I didn't exactly come out. I was kissing my girlfriend in my room. And my littlest sister, my baby sister,
so good,
just barges in. I don't know. She needed to tell me something, but there was no knocking.
How old is she? You said little sister?
Well, yeah, but she was like in 8th grade at the time. Okay. So like 12, 13. Okay. Right?
Then young enough to be shocked. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So open the door and just deer in headlights. Both of us. I was just like it was bad, and then she just closed the door.
That's slow.
Just saw something she wasn't supposed to see, and then I heard the footsteps, and she took off running, and I heard her run down the stairs, and I was like, oh no. Yeah, and I think I blacked out after that.
That you just set fear inside of me.
Like I could hear the running down the steps, and so I couldn't tell you exactly what happened after that, just because I think there was so much anxiety that that memory is blocked. But yeah, so that was the coming out to my parents, and then friends, it was just kind of like oh, hey, I'm dating a girl, and they're just like, yeah, you haven't been?
Damn.
Everyone knew before I did, and everyone tried to tell me, and I think that's what took me so long to come out to myself, was people telling me what I was.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I'm not gay. Here we are.
They saw it in you.
They did. They sure did. Yeah.
Although I feel that there was a gay boy definitely in my school that everyone knew. We all knew. Everyone knew. I'm pretty sure he knew, but he was very about it.
I'm sure that's what everyone thought about me, but I didn't know. I honestly didn't know I was gay.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So good. Yeah. So good. So you didn't listen to Melissa Etheridge or Halsey, or who's your time? I'm trying to think of your time.
I say Halsey, Kalani, Girl in Red.
But still didn't understand why you were drawn to these.
No, because I didn't really listen to that genre of music in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, I listened,
country girl.
I listened to a lot of country, and then a lot of classic rock. That's what I listened to before basketball games. It really got me pumped. So that was country and classic rock was what was playing on my speakers until I started dating a girl, and then I was introduced to all those artists, and I was like, oh, this is some good music.
Oh, yeah. It is good music, guys. All right. So your first girlfriend happened around 18, 19?
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been my first gay experience.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, so I would say my first gay experience had been in middle school, and I was hanging out with one of my closest friends at the time, and we decided to go to the movies, and then all of a sudden I realized that we were holding hands, And then we were kissing each other on the hands. But then that was it. That's as far as it ever went. We both went home. And to this day, have yet to talk about it to each other.
Wow. So it was a equal mutual...
Yeah, well, like, they definitely made the first move.
Okay.
Like, they grabbed my hand.
Okay.
They kissed my hand first. But I was just like, oh, this is nice. Like, this is a different feeling. Because, like, I had dated guys at that time. I think I even had a boyfriend at the time.
The best.
And I was like, I don't feel like this holding his hand. Like, wow. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was 8th grade. And then didn't happen anything like that again for 4 more years.
Wow. So do you still know this person?
Yes. Yeah, we are currently friends, like, to this day.
They on the spectrum?
Yeah, he's actually one of my closest guy friends currently.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
he made his transition a couple years ago, and like that's actually when our friendship reconnected. Me
and you've never talked.
Nope. We share an ex too.
So
even.
good.
So yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, so your first gay experiences were a love triangle. Okay, this is great.
I didn't even make that connection, but yeah, because we had that experience, and then 4 years later, he was dating somebody, and then I became like their third wheel friend, and then they broke up, and then I dated her. Sorry, Kaden.
This is good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So a big thing that tends to happen when you come out is there's some type of bad juju with the family, and you rebel, and then typically many years later, everything's okay.
Right.
What was your experience?
Right. So I was outed to my family, and I was also going through a lot just mental health wise, I guess. So looking back on it, I was having a mental breakdown, but you know, hindsight.
18, 19 too.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it was rough years. But I ran away from home. I was 18 years. I was like, I'm 18. I can do this. So I moved in we weren't even dating. We were just sleeping together. Like we weren't even an official thing. And I was like, I'm going to move in with her and her mom. So that's what I did.
Wow.
In high school. So I forfeited my car because it was my parents' car that I was driving.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So that I wouldn't have to face the fact to my parents that I was gay, because I had yet to say the words to them. All they knew was that I was kissing a girl in my bedroom. And that scared me so much I ran away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
I think it took me probably half a year, 6 months to come back.
Okay.
And then when I did, it was okay. Like I ran away for nothing almost, it seemed like. You know, like it was all in my head.
Oh,
like,
I mean, all that anxiety. I was about to say. That's a big step.
Yeah, my parents had no idea why I left either. They were so confused. They thought I just up and left, and I was like, no, I was terrified. I couldn't say the words out loud to even myself at that time. Okay. So the fact that I was outed before I was ready, I just gotta get out of there. Gotta go.
Okay.
Did you so when was your first gay experience?
In the locker room. Yeah, that was my well, I mean,
like holding hands or
no. Well, okay, my memory is very fadey that far back, but not that I can remember. I mean, when I was 5 or 6, I kissed a girl. I would kiss her on her hand, and then I started kissing girls on the cheek. I don't know if I told my mother, or now thinking back, I don't know if a teacher told my mother. But either way, my mother had to have a talk with me and basically say it's not okay. It's not. Yeah, you don't kiss girls. You know, it's not a thing. So maybe that would be a gay experience, but it wasn't official. I didn't have my first any gay experience until I was 17. No, I was 17.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Because I had a closeted 16, 17. Because I had a closeted relationship. No one knew, including any of my friends. And yeah, we were in the locker room after we had been holding hands throughout the whole bus ride home. And yeah, I straddled her and kissed her.
Yeah.
How interesting.
Oh, wow.
Look at me being
the
aggressor. Yeah. A little embarrassing.
Yeah, no, and all of my firsts, I was not the aggressor.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I waited.
She was the shy type, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my first kiss with a girl, she asked me, like,
Aww.
can I kiss you kind of deal. because I was like,
good. Hey, good for her for at least asking. Okay,
she did.
That's very respectful. Yeah. Although now that I think about it, the first time I came out to friends was actually not when I was 17. I technically, but I just labeled it tomboy. But yeah, I technically told two of my best friends when I was 8 or 9 years old about my crush. I mean, I did say their name, but I never said the word lesbian. I literally have never said lesbian until 18. So 17, 18. It was very scary. That word is very scary.
It's definitely like a realization moment.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's terrifying. Yeah.
Extremely terrifying, because I'm like, okay, now I am part of this group.
So I mean, we went through... I think a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people go through some hiccups when they're coming out.
Hell yeah.
But looking back on it, like we said, then, most of the time the outcome tends to be worth it. So
hell yeah.
You looking back, all the things that you went through during the first few years of you being out and where you are now, like, how does that differ?
So I think it changed twofold. Definitely changed with family, because obviously my family absolutely loves Sam.
Right.
Big fans. My mother thinks that she's amazing, and then my father and her get along really well. They have the similar tastes and everything, so it's almost I see the similarities. And then I
mean, is there anything different in like maybe how you get along with your family versus how you did when you first came out in the first couple of years?
I mean, there's significant differences, but I don't know if I can contribute all of them to being gay or being out and proud for the reason, because when I first became an adult, I not only came out, but I was also a party girl. So I was constantly, there was a party every weekend. We were constantly drinking. I started, going down other avenues like smoking and stuff. And so I was going down a path that my parents weren't a big fan of.
Okay. Yeah, and they were aware of that path that you were going down. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
I mean, it's changed a lot just because now and I dropped out of school, which is a big thing with my parents, a big no.
I can relate.
Yeah. So they weren't a big fan of me at 18, 19, 20, 21. It wasn't until I started like going back to school, I was being active again. I wasn't throwing a party every weekend, it started then is when the relationship started getting a little bit repaired. But yeah, now we're good. Now my family is awesome. And
nice. Yeah.
Same thing with my friends group. Like we started off straight mostly. All the boys were, some of them homophobic, even though they loved me, still,
there's just a general vibe.
Exactly. Still I had a lot of conservative friends. A lot of my roommates were conservative in a way, whether they were Republican or traditional or religious. I had that barrier to overcome a lot. But now, I mean, shit. They are very well trained.
I mean, I love your friends. They are awesome. So yeah, I can understand.
And ironically, a lot of those conservative boys actually date bisexuals now. So
there you go.
It's interesting how things come around. But so coming out was a positive. It sucked at first, but then
there's a rainbow after the rain.
Hell
right?
Yeah. But I guess now we should start highlighting my favorite part.
Woo! We dedicated a whole episode to today, Coming Out Day. Let's read some coming out stories, guys.
Yeah, guys.
We got all of our coming out stories today from goodhousekeeping.com. I'm actually not sure how I've just skipped over this article throughout all of my research for coming out stories, but good. I was able to find solid numbers of coming out stories that I absolutely love. So we're not going to go over all of them today, but we'll highlight quite a few of them that we thought would be good, just good messages to share, I guess.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, but we'll also link the article down below in the description so you guys can go and check out the rest of them. All right, so we're going to start off our stories today with one from a person named Kyle Elliott. And their story goes, I texted my parents my senior year of high school coming out, and they were overwhelmingly supportive. I grew up in a conservative town in Central California, and it was one of the most nerve-wracking moments of my life. I can't think of something I've done that's more scary, and I work with some of the Silicon's Valley's biggest executives.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at you, Miss
I know, right?
Smarty Pants. All right.
I was 17 at the time, carrying this burden and saying, oh my gosh, what if they don't love me? My parents have been people who unconditionally loved and accepted me, and I'm very lucky to have parents who supported me in everything. But this was still just so scary. I was carrying this burden for so long. A few years ago, they literally took my partner and me to Disneyland with them for their anniversary, and we shared our hotel room.
Hey.
It was the first time they'd ever met my partner.
Goals.
Right?
Nice. Right? Disneyland sounds great.
Sounds amazing. They're the perfect parents. I know so many people who don't have that, and that's why I love sharing that story and sharing what parents can do to support their children in a positive way. Like, come see what this can look like.
Hey, look at you, Kyle.
Right?
Nice.
Thought, yeah.
Okay.
What a, like, just heartwarming, positive story.
Well, anytime you get a supportive parent, it's really amazing.
And they do exist. I know sometimes it's kind of a little...
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've read a couple here on the podcast where it was just no big deal. It was like, okay, great. We love you anyway. Yeah. That's amazing. I wish we got more like that. But, hey, get you some. And they took them to Disneyland. That's pretty...
They took them to Disneyland.
Pretty badass.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Disneyland has always been a goal of mine. Or World. I'll take World, too.
Disney World?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should plan a bit. You know they have a gay day.
I have heard.
Yeah, they have a gay day.
I have heard,
or they used to. I don't know if they still have a gay day. They probably still have a gay day.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Yeah. Hopefully,
probably in June. We should go.
We should. I'd be so down for that. June is a little hot though.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I'll power through.
Maybe. All right. So this one it's written by a Lauren Perlstein. However, this is the story of Gabrielle Korn. So there's a big difference between coming out and coming out to yourself. I came out to myself when I was single-digit aged, but for whatever reason in my brain that was broken from being a queer kid in the straight world, I didn't think I would ever be allowed to integrate that part of myself into the whole. Still.
That's so deep.
Yeah. Okay. That is until there was someone who actually liked me back.
Oh.
Hey. Up until that point, all my crushes on girls had been deep, dark secrets. Okay. I understand that.
I
get you.
Looking back on it,
yes, hell yeah.
I understand.
Deep, dark secrets you don't even tell yourself.
Exactly.
Then, when I was between my freshman and sophomore year of college, I roomed with someone who was out and queer. And, well... we were girlfriends in just a couple weeks.
Wow, that was quick.
So you hauled Miss Gabrielle Korn.
But I mean, they were already moved in before.
True. How epic lesbian of that.
Right?
You move in before you get together. Okay, wow, got you.
Lesbian 2.0 right there.
So after that, it was easy to tell people I was gay. I think I just felt like I needed proof, which in hindsight is so silly. These days, I still come out all the time because when you're super femme presenting, people assume certain things about you. It bothers me less than it used to. There are tons of things we can't tell about each other upon first glance. I am happy and proud to be able to come out, and once I claimed the word lesbian for myself, I never doubted its validity or importance again. Hey.
I like that story.
Hey, hell yeah. All right, so you're a femme. I feel you. I do know a lot of femmes who... Yeah, but you don't look gay.
Yeah, and also people think about, like, you're coming out as just, like, your big coming out. You came out to, your parents, your friends, everyone close to you. But, like, you do come out every single day to strangers. Just with, guys coming up and hitting to you on the bar.
Oh,
or someone asking you just blatantly.
No, at work, you have to come out... sometimes multiple times to family members.
Multiple times?
Yeah. You have to come out to strangers. Sometimes you have to come out to like your Uber driver because he asks you a question about your spouse or your significant other, and you have to correct, or you maybe not want to correct, but still sometimes you're proud, so you come out.
Right.
So yeah, no, it's a constant. Once you make that commitment, it gets easier. But
yeah.
At the same time,
definitely the importance of that word. I like how she worded that last sentence there. It was a good finish.
Hey. All right.
All right, so next story today is written by Haley Downing Fairless, but the story is from Alison Cochran. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I came out as lesbian a little over a year ago at the age of 33. It took me a long time to arrive at the understanding of myself, and most significant and the most challenging part of my coming out story was figuring out how to come out to myself. Okay. Even though I grew up in a supportive environment surrounded by queer friends and family, it was still incredibly difficult to unlearn who society told me I was supposed to be. The hardest part was thinking I had to have all the answers and the perfect label before I could come out as anything, that my coming out would be less valid if I couldn't explain myself. Because I didn't have those answers, I held my secret inside me until it became too much to handle. It wasn't until I found a queer therapist who made me feel safe in my uncertainty that I was able to say those words out loud.
Hey.
I am not straight. For me, coming out is about learning to embrace the unknown parts of yourself and learning to be okay with ambiguity, fluidity, and a lifelong journey of self-discovery.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you found a queer therapist. That's nice.
Right.
I wish. Oh, man.
I like there's no label. That was one of the hardest things for me to come out to, is everyone tried to put the label on me, and I didn't want to, be that label. So I understand that. You know, so you're not straight. That's all you know.
Yeah, you figured
that's
it out.
It's a coming out story enough for me.
Hell
honestly.
yeah. No, you don't need a label whatsoever. I mean, I think the reason most people find comfort in labels is because that kind of puts a label. Yeah. Puts a label on what you're feeling or what you're doing or whatever.
Kind of gives you the sense of unity and comfort that other people identify as that.
Exactly, yeah. There's like a sense of community with it.
Yeah, you're not the only person out there.
Yeah. But I mean, girl, if you're still trying to figure it out, you don't have to. Yeah. What is it? I'm on the spectrum. Mm-hmm. I like that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah. That works. Yeah. But get some. All right, Miss Alison Cochran.
That's good.
All right. So I guess the next story is mine.
Whoop whoop.
Yep. Yeah. Although before we get into this, I want to know, did you ever know when National Coming Out Day was before I guess doing this podcast?
Before doing this podcast, yes.
Yes. Okay.
I was aware of it after I came out and joined social media for like the first time in my life.
Oh, okay. And you saw
it was a whole other world, right? So like I was aware of so many different holidays that I didn't know about.
Oh yeah. National Coming Out Day, October 11th. Ironically, I knew about it through a sitcom back in the 90s or something like that. They said that.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I didn't know about Pride Month.
Really?
Until I was out.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Technically, guys, the month we're in right now is Pride Month for us here in Texas. It's LGBTQ History Month. It's October. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
So all right. But yeah, okay. Back at for anyone who doesn't know, just so you're aware, National Coming Out Day is October 11th. So that's the actual day. Hopefully, if things go correctly, I hope I don't have to cut this out. Yeah, hopefully it's either the day before October 11th or it's October 11th today.
Right now.
I hope I don't have to cut that.
If it's October 11th today, y'all please like this because we tried so hard.
We tried so hard. All right. Okay, so back to my story. So I guess our third story of the day. This is from Harma Hartouni. If I mispronounce that, I am so sorry, because I am an American person. All right. Yeah, I have almost no culture in my tongue. It's bad. It's true. I can't roll my R's.
I understand. I understand.
All right.
The only thing is, like, Denise, you're not, like, white.
Oh, I'm not white.
No. So that's what makes us, like, twice as funny.
Yeah, I'm Hispanic and I can't roll my R's. It's so upsetting.
It's okay.
Trust me.
It's okay.
All right. So this is from Harma. So when I was growing up as an Armenian kid living in Iran, I always knew something was different about me, but I didn't dare say it out loud. I was attracted to other boys. People definitely had their suspicions. I was generally less soccer and more dance. Okay. So that's actually contradictory to
Yeah, well, it's, it's also like illegal in Iran to be gay, so.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Okay. So, let's see how this turns out. I was teased and bullied throughout my childhood, and I could never let my guard down, even at home. Let's say my ultra-conservative Middle Eastern parents weren't exactly in the running for any PFLAG awards. Oh, okay. Sorry. Iran is not accepting of LGBTQ people, and it's very dangerous to be gay in Iran. Am I pronouncing that correct? Is Iran? Okay. Apologies. See, American. I'm American. All right. I apologize. My ignorance. Okay. So, but as they say, a mother always knows, and mine did. She was just in denial. There was always a giant rainbow-colored elephant in the room. Eventually, after we moved to the U.S., where being gay was safer than in Iran, I realized I didn't have to lie about who I was. So I came out to my mom. After telling her, she locked herself in our apartment and threatened to unalive herself unless I stopped being gay. Later, she tried to enroll me in conversion therapy. Holy crap. Okay, so you went through it. Whew. Okay. Things came to a head when she called into the most popular Armenian radio show in LA asking for advice on having a gay son. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I've been told that, all right, in LA, I haven't been told. I listened to it from another podcast, and we don't live in California. I've never lived in California. Lindsay has never lived in California.
No.
But I learned that there is a very big Armenian population in a city really adjacent to LA.
Okay.
So it's a big culture. So I'm assuming, obviously it's a big enough culture to the way they have their own radio show.
Right.
And your mom calls
the most popular
in?
one.
Oh my
Keep reading.
goodness. Okay.
If y'all can't tell, these are live reactions from Denise.
These are very much live reactions. That's insane. Okay. All right. Wow. All right. Armenian radio show in LA asking for advice on having a gay son. Okay. Though it was anonymous, she gave so much detail about me. I had been outed to our entire tight-knit Armenian community by morning. Oh, by the mom. I guess you can relate a little bit. Family member.
Yeah, but not like to the public.
True. Oh, man.
The entire public.
Our mom, sorry. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that. Ooh. Okay. Whew. All right. So thanks for doing the legwork, Mom.
See, a sense of humor about it.
Love it. All right. My mom's struggle to accept me was rooted in fear. She feared judgment from our community, but more than anything else, she feared for my safety and the challenges I would face as a gay man. I can't blame her.
Yeah. Extravagant reactions, though. Or over the top, or what's the word I'm looking for? Over exaggerated.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's different ways to go about that, Mom.
You're in a safe, especially LA. You're in a very safe place for the gays. I would want to say it's better than like here in Jasper, Texas. So you know.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. My mom's struggle to accept me was rooted in fear. She feared judgment. Okay. So I can't blame her. I had the same fears. After all, it took me the first 21 years to accept myself. How could I expect it to be instant for my family? That's a good way to look at it. Yeah,
very positive thinking throughout this whole experience.
So my advice to any parent trying to navigate allyship for their LGBTQ child is this. If you want a glittery gold star, whew, my mouth. Lean into your love, not your fear. I guarantee your kid is scared too. That's true. That's actually accurate. That's great advice. If you want a glittery gold star, lean into your love, not your fear. Yeah. That's A.
Yeah, because your kid is terrified
Hell
as well.
Yeah. That was a good story, Arma.
Yeah.
It was great.
There's lots of ups and downs, but actually, take it back, mostly downs, but positive thinking about those downs.
Yeah, true.
I can applaud someone for that.
Hey.
That is very awesome. All right, so the next couple of stories that we're going to read today, guys, are actually from a married couple. So I wanted to put these in last just because something about these stories just kind of really, really stuck with me.
Interesting. I'm married. So each one, like you have a story from each, the husband and the wife?
No, the wife and the wife.
The wife
so
and
each
the wife.
Each wife submitted their own story, but like they talk about their before and then meeting their love of their life later on in their lives, and just, you know, still coming out and being activists to this day.
Oh, I like. All right, I'm ready.
Let's do it. Again, guys,
so where's my
blind
popcorn?
reaction from Denise. So here we go.
Okay.
First one is from Pat Martin. I first knew I was a lesbian at the age of 5 and came out to my family and mother at my high school graduation. I always knew exactly who I was. It was my mother who was confused. She said my actions were not normal, and even going to the extreme and taking me to a psychiatrist.
Wow.
Yep.
All right, Pat. All right.
My mother's homophobia was one of the reasons I waited to come out. Every time my mom would see a gay woman, she would say, if one of my children becomes like that, I'll kill them.
Oh, shit.
That's a little aggressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I remember mine was just like, you couldn't live in my house. I can't even imagine hearing those words as being someone who's fucking gay.
Especially since she came to the realization at 5.
Oh, my. That's true. Oh.
Yeah, so her whole life she's living with this fear. That's,
Okay.
During my high school graduation, I walked across the stage in a dress to get my diploma.
Hey.
Afterward, I went to the bathroom and changed into a suit. When my mother saw me, she said, "What the hell is this?" I responded, "This is me." I got my girlfriend and left and never looked back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
High school graduation.
Good. Okay. Okay. That's a way to come out.
That's like emotions building at that point.
True. Yeah. And it's so, because she didn't say anything. She literally just said, "This is me."
Yeah.
And ditched.
Grabbed her girlfriend and got out of there.
Okay.
Now I've been out for more than 50 years. In 2015, I met my now wife, Paulette, at an event hosted by SAGE, an organization dedicated to improving the lives of LGBT elders, and got married in 2018 at the age of 67. We both continue to advocate for the rights of the LGBT. We both continue to advocate for the rights for the LGBT plus community, especially for elders.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Yo, speaking of elders, one of my favorite TikTok creators that I like to follow are these. It's literally an account of 4 gay men.
You've shown me some of those. Yep.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're great. Oh, I'm gonna have to.
What was the leather episode or the leather video that you played for me? Yeah.
So good. I'll have to link up their fucking handle right here. But that's love it. Love it.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right. So my last story here is going to be of her wife. It's by Paulette Martin. The last one was Pat Martin. So let's see let's see hers. All right. Oh, she starts it off. Yeah. Unlike my wife.
Yeah, that's why I said this was the perfect combination. I loved it.
Love it. All right. Unlike my wife, Pat, I didn't come out until I was 40. When my youngest child was 16. Wow. I think we referenced
completely different stories, like lives, everything.
Oh, yeah. One was 5 when she knew, and the other one's like, no, I was 40.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in high school at the graduation. Paulette was married with kids.
Hey. Okay. All right. So, growing up, I thought if I got married and had a baby, I wouldn't have to tell my mother that I was gay and could be normal.
You'll kind of play the part.
Yeah. I mean, however, pretending I was something that I was not for all those years to avoid punishment of social and familial shame did not make me feel normal at all. I feel that. I understand that. In reality, I felt suffocated and trapped. I took out all of my repressed frustrations on others, including members of the LGBT plus community. Oh, so you were one of those, Miss Paulette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it seems like it's a normal thing too, where you see the most anti-gay people are typically closeted gays. Yeah,
it's okay. I mean, we're getting. I feel like we're getting to the time of age where we can kind of like point them out and be like, oh, they're on the spectrum.
Yeah. It's such a shame though that you have so much shame in a community that it angers you so much to not accept yourself that you try to attack others and take away.
I mean, we referenced it back in one of our like earlier videos when we were talking about one of America's prolific serial killers. I can't remember which one we quoted, but yeah, like how gay people were often associated with crime and with bad things and with committing violent crimes, but that wasn't the case at all. It was just people suppressing feelings that then turn to shame, which shame then turns to rage, which then leads to...
It's just like a vicious circle.
Yeah. It's a domino effect.
So bad. Okay. So yeah, you took your frustrations out on our community we share together, but again, I can understand. All right. So after I got divorced from my husband, I realized I wanted to start living as my authentic self. While the seismic shift caused friction in my family, in my family relationships, the burden of living a lie was gone. Okay, respect.
So a little bit of freedom, but there's still some pushback.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, especially if, okay. But I still faced numerous challenges along the way, including discrimination and racism for simply being myself. Mm-hmm. Later in life, having just moved from Long Island to East Harlem, I fell head over heels for Pat. The romantic spark was real. We were married on April 10th, 2018. Yes! At the age of 67. Mm-hmm. Wow. So it took you that long to find your love. But you found her.
Good job. I mean, sometimes you gotta wait a little bit longer. But
the hell yeah. Or you gotta, I mean, it took her accepting herself.
Yeah.
Before she was able to, actually... Before she was ready for Pat.
You often close a lot of doors before you're able to open them. So
true. Good. All right. So today we reside in East Harlem, an area of New York once notorious for being hostile to those in the LGBT plus community, and we walk hand in hand through the neighborhoods as our authentic selves. I love it. Good shit.
I love the fell head over heels. Like, I love.
Oh, so. Lindsay's all, Lindsay's a softie.
They fell in love. I love it so much. I could eat those stories up all day long.
Love it.
All day long.
Oh, I could see that. Oh, man. No, those are good. So all those coming out stories were awesome. We had some sad ones. We had some good ones. We shared ours. A little cringy, but it's fine.
Yeah, we're going to look back on this and be like,
so bad. But it's okay. Everyone has a coming out story, guys, and the reason we even have this channel is because we want to highlight that each one is different. Mm-hmm. Some are good, some are bad, some are funny,
and some you can find the good in the bad.
Yeah, so true. The best part about it, regardless if your family accepts you or not, is eventually a lot of them end up coming around, mm-hmm. which is beautiful. And the ones that don't end up coming around, usually the person who came out feels much more free and accepting of themselves.
Yeah. Losing the burden of shame of who you are usually more often than not outweighs anything else that comes your way.
Hell yeah. Are you happier now that you came out?
Oh, so much so. I can't imagine, looking back on my life, if I had chosen to stay in the closet, if I had chosen not to hang out with these certain people at these certain times, what path I would have gone down. I don't think I would have been okay up in here. I would have been doing something not good for the mental health.
You know what's kind of ironic? All right, so Lindsay has told us in her coming out story before that people put a label on her. They could see that she wasn't the person that she was trying to portray, and they're like, no, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, and Lindsay was pushing back. But now, with a conversation we had recently with our significant others, where Lindsay literally said the phrase, yeah, when I had a boyfriend, And those words were so awkward being received by two women who, you know, only have seen Lindsay comfortable like this, that it made everybody's like hair
just stand up. With those words coming out of my mouth, I feel every like part of the word boyfriend coming out of it's not natural at all.
So good.
Yeah, that was
so good.
And she skipped out the part where I said my last boyfriend. Like, ugh, yeah. It's so weird to think that I had.
My wife's her eyes literally like just widened and ears perked up and was like, that didn't sound right.
No, it doesn't feel right saying it either. So
that was part of your past.
It was.
I say my boyfriend all the time. I had boyfriends. Yeah. I mean, it's awkward to say now because people see me this way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I cannot picture you walking
with a man.
Yeah, like just holding his arm, kissing him on the cheek or something.
Yeah, it happened.
I'd be like, Denise, did you get hit in the head?
Gross.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that's great. Ah, it's okay. We all experiment.
Yep.
I just did it with boys.
No, I think I did I had two boyfriends, two like real significant-ish boyfriends, and that was it. That was all the experience I needed.
So good.
I'm good.
So good.
So good.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, happy coming out day.
Happy coming out day, guys. Well, we sit here and we read all these coming out stories from the internet, guys, but we would absolutely love to hear from y'all. How did you guys come out? How old were you when you came out to yourself? Because there is a really big difference in those two. So
true. Yes. No. You typically most people come out to themselves first, and then they decide to come out to their loved ones. So there's a significant difference, and they're equally important. I think those are the two most asked questions whenever you meet someone who's on the spectrum. Yep. Whenever y'all are trying to bond, and you're like, "So when did you know you were gay?" Or so when did you come out publicly?
And that's the difference.
Yeah, those are the two. So
we'd love to hear both, one or the other. You guys can stay anonymous. We'll hook our email down below. So y'all shoot us your coming out stories.
Yeah. Or just comment down on this video. Either one, if you want to make it public knowledge, we appreciate it. We'll read it. It'll be featured on one of our episodes. So if you found any value in today's episode, it was really fun to make. It had some challenges this episode, but if you found value,
if we release it on the correct date,
right,
all of these things, just go ahead and hit that like button.
That's right.
You guys are going to want to stick around for our next upcoming videos. We got some pretty great things planned for you guys.
I like it.
Y'all go ahead and subscribe to our channel, turn the notifications on so you guys get notified whenever we post. But
I think that's it. All right, guys. So I wish y'all a happy coming out. I wish you a happy coming out day. Yes. I'm Denise.
And I'm Lindsay. We're Born This Gay. See you guys next time.